Hey, this is Edward Douglas from Coming Soon and also Shock Till You Drop. I forgot to mention earlier, but I am from Shock Till You Drop also. Sorry, Ryan. I'm here with Patrick Lussier, who is the director of Drive Angry, and you might remember from him from My Bloody Valentine 3D, which was one of the 3D movies at the forefront before the whole 3D craze started. Believe it or not, and he's making another one, and very important. It is shot in 3D. Very very important clarification. But let's talk about Drive Angry. Let's talk about like why you want to do something like this. This is an original story, and it has definitely has some influences. Maybe you could talk about that a little bit, like how you got started on that.
Yeah, Drive Angry is a total original story that Todd Farmer and I came up with. You know, right after Valentine released, we wanted to talk about doing another movie in 3D. We wanted to come up with something that was that wasn't a straight, horror film. That was a different kind of movie. So we decided, we both were fans of all these great '70s, car movies. Dirty Mary, Crazy Larry, or I said that. No, that's correct. And such other films, Vanishing Point, and then even things like, Bullet, which I know was in the '60s, and French Connection and Seven Ups. And so, looking at those films, we wanted to do something like that. One of the other films we also loved was High Plains Drifter. And so combining elements, of High Plains Drifter, folding that into a high-speed road movie, which was sort of gave birth to that, and the fact that we came up with the idea on Groundhog Day when we were talking about Bill Murray and saying "Don't drive angry to a groundhog," and that's where we got the title.
And I mean, there's also supernatural elements, which is why I'm talking to you for Shock. It's definitely like he comes from hell. Bill comes after him from hell. Which is very very different. But it's not like it's not like we're not seeing like the fire and brimstone and like or it's not Ghost Rider 2 or anything like that. So why was it important to include those kind of elements and try to include that in there?
We just wanted to the way the supernatural elements came out is we wanted to have, we talked about all sorts of different things. Where's the character from? What's his mission? What's his goal? And we wanted the ability to create a relationship that was more iconic, that had a bigger scope and it had a bigger feel to it. And by virtue of that, that was a natural extension of that desire in the storytelling.
How easy was it to come to Nick Cage to play the main character? Because it seems like such a hit.
Yeah, it was actually remarkably easy. Todd Farmer and I wrote it, and then we took it to Mike DeLuca, who came on board as a producer. Mike, the second we met him, the first actor and only actor he put forward for Milton, he says, we got to go take it to Nick Cage because he will love this. Sent it to Nick, and DeLuca was right. Nick absolutely loved it. And we had a 23-minute meeting with Nick, and by the end of it, he was just like, "Well, I have to play this part. I am Milton. I have to play this part. I've never played anything, so hard and so edgy and so much fun. I have to be in this movie."
Oh, great. And doing the stunt, I mean, you're writing this movie, which is going to have all these stunts. Now, when you started writing it and you were working this out, did you have any idea what would be involved?
How fucking hard it would be?
Actually, how hard would it be to film this in 3D?
Sure, we had an inkling of how hard it was going to be. To shoot, these kind of level of stunts in 3D and real car on car, metal on metal action. But of course, it's all theoretical and intellectual until you get out on the highway and you're really chasing cars around and having them weaving the wrong way through traffic and barreling back and forth and people firing guns from one vehicle to the other vehicle. It was a real set of challenges that we had to face every day and come up and workarounds and to really figure out how to capture it all. But we did. We had a great stunt team. We had some amazing drivers. Nick himself is an amazing driver, and together we all pulled it off.
And these are all on location, also, which has also been like there's no sound stages, nothing to really.
Yeah, well, we shot a couple things in a sound stage. We had a couple interiors that were done on sound stages, and a couple of blue screen things by virtue of that. But most of it was all out in the road, all out in the highway. All crawling through the back roads of Louisiana, bringing it all to life.
As your second 3D movie, I mean, at this point, did you use some of the same crews from My Bloody Valentine?
Yeah. Same DP, same 3D vendor, Paradise Effects, and Max Penner, our cinematographer, Brian Pearson, my DP. I know several people came back. Harry Tunnicliffe, who did all the special effects makeup, came back. So we had a lot of key people that were the same.
That's funny. It's funny because we don't, obviously, because of the nature of the Hall H, you can't show any kind of gore and like that. I mean, do things get? I mean, there's no rating at this yet. I mean, assume there's gonna be an R-rated. It's gonna be very gory. Okay.
Yeah, it's a very, 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 very R-rated movie.
Okay. Because we can't.
We don't have the rating yet, but we're all anticipating.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, you can't really tell from this with the stuff in the short Hall Age. It looks like it's a lot of great action and a lot of, but
It's a
like,
lot of great action, but yes, it is. It is. Yeah, it will be as hard R as we can make it.
oh, great, great. And was it much easier doing this 3D this time? Is it a lot more natural?
Much easier, much more natural, much there's much the better flow with how it worked and how we worked with it. Second time around, the experiences from Valentine could all apply to this. And we knew what some of the pitfalls were going to be in advance. We did a lot of great test work, and that allowed us to give us the tools to really shoot the movie in the time we had allotted.
And how much more work do you have to do on it before it's actually done? Or?
We're just about finished with the director's cut.
Okay.
So we're starting to start all the color timing and everything like that, and doing our convergence passes in 3D. It's where you adjust the depth from cut to cut to make sure that nothing bounces out to that everything flows correctly. We're in the middle of visual effects. Our composer, Michael Weinbach over there, has already started the score. And then we're looking to get the sound facility on. So, all of that will finish over the next few months,
Right.
probably by
Are
Thanksgiving.
you and Todd have already started thinking about another movie that you want to do?
Oh, yeah. We think about it all the time.
Oh, okay.
We have several that we're playing around with. We'll just see which one sort of catches light. But we're, very excited to work together again and come up with the next thing.
Yeah. How do you feel about obviously, you're part of the 3D explosion now. This is kind of this little bit of a backlash now because of the conversion thing. How important is it that you have to make sure everyone knows it's shot in 3D and how different it is?
Well, it's a big difference to shoot in 3D as opposed to post-converted 3D. 3D. I think over time, conversion will get better and better and better, and there'll be some really great conversions. I think there are some great shots and stuff in movies that are converted that are really amazing. But at the same time, when you shoot it, it's like every facet of the frame is 3 dimensions. Every single facet, every single component from the tip of somebody's nose through their hair, through their clothes, through everything in front of them and everything behind them. And that's hard to do in post conversion. It's hard to do those cutouts and get that depth. It's not impossible. You have to have a lot of time, a lot of money, and if you have that, you can create that. But it's sometimes when you're rushing something into conversion, perhaps you don't have either.
Right, that's people.
Yeah.
Everyone's basically saying at this point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's curious. Obviously, Lionsgate's going through a bit of things right now. But do you have any idea if they're going to do any kind of Blu-ray, 3D Blu-ray?
I hope they are. I haven't talked to them about it, but my hope is that they do that because the 3D and that works so well, and it'd be a shame to only have the anaglyph version out there. It'd be great to have a real, the anaglyph being the red green glasses, to get a really great 3D polarized Blu-ray that you can play on the new 3D television. So I'm sure they won't hesitate to exhaust that revenue stream.
Right. Eventually, when they figure out what
Yeah.
they're going to do. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.